My name is Sophia, and my work is all about helping startups like yours access European grants and funding opportunities. I have spent years navigating the EU funded landscape. I have a success story of securing millions grants for startups and not only for startups, but also for innovation hubs, for research institutions, and also for university. I have worked with a program like Horizon Europe, European Innovation Council, LEAD, and also I have been in other side recently. I have been part of evaluating board of Horizon Europe, programs dedicated for early stage startups, specifically for femtech and women tech. And today we'll also cover like separate topics related to female tech. Beyond the consulting, I also have been a part of the startup world of myself, and I know how the challenging it could be to securing funding. And is it exactly what do I want to do? Because grants can be a game changer for you, allowing startups to scale without giving away equity. So again, today I will show you not how to apply, but I will show you how to apply like basically, but how to win a grant and how to be competitive compared to other applications, and what kind of secret sauce can be in your application form. Yeah, just maybe we have like answers from my first question. Just go back. Maybe I don't know if I have a chance to access to the chat, but
yeah, we got some
yeah.
responses. Yes, so some people say that they would scale Europe and hire sales and marketing experts. Some people say that they would features and scale up the platform to be able to host more users. We also have people who would spend money on product development and marketing. So research and development, scaling, I guess mostly people interested in either this or that.
Yeah, just to be sure, guys, there are not like right answer for this for this answer. And right now,
I want to interrupt you because we have one response which is very precise, like 40% for product development, 35% for marketing and advertising, 10% for operation and inventory, and 15% for legal and other. So like very
it seems that
planning. Yeah,
it seems that Anna is very experienced in grants applications already. So it's exactly what the grants evaluator are looking for, like by asking this question. Hi, Anna. So my next question will be, like, let's now to be honest, like, what's stopping you from applying? Is it time consuming, or lack of knowledge, or you're maybe not sure that if you're even eligible or qualified for this grant? You know, like my mission for today is just to like briefly about what is going on like for today's presentation. I will show you like a knowledge where to apply, how to position your startup, and how to make your proposal stand out. Also, I will cover a few topics that will be related to national grants. So if you're from Poland or from Germany or from Cyprus or from UK, you're so lucky today because I will show you a few applications that's still open till I would say like it's 2 months of applying before deadline. So you will have a chance to see like real examples of grants and so on. And I will try to go. Yeah, and also this is very popular meme that everybody is discussion right now about the, you know, like artificial intelligence startups. You know, like a lot of tools are existing in the market, but what European Union do it right now? They care about, you know, like basic things, of course, like about the green tech, you know, sustainabilities, but where is artificial intelligence? And also we will I will take a few slides about grants that dedicated only for artificial intelligence and cybersecurity also, and even for blockchain solution. Okay, and let's start from the basic. What you need to know before applying, because once you understand like landscape, you will see the EU grants it's not just like for big corporation or for research labs. It's exactly like dedicated for startups. And before getting to the specific programs, let's first understand how EU funding is structured. There are mainly two types. There are like two main types: centralized and decentralized. Centralized, on the left side, as you see, are managed directly or by the European Commission in Brussels through various EU agencies. And the funds focuses on innovation, research, and scaling startups across Europe. But we have also like decentralized fund and that are managed by national and regional authorities. They support regional development, infrastructure, and cross-border collaboration. So, like in very simple words, if your startup is looking for innovation grants, centralized funds are the best bet for you. If you work in regional or local project, decentralized funds might be a better choice for you. Now we know how manage up the funds, and let's talk which ones are relevant for startups. Again, on the first part of the slide, you see like decentralized fund, Horizon Europe, LIFE, Single Market Program, Digital Europe, and so on and so on and so on. I will cover today only the best, and I would say the most, I would say, the most usual grants programs are dedicated for startups. And you maybe have heard about the Horizon Europe before because it's focusing on R&D and deep tech program. Also, if your startups operating in sustainability, in energy, in climate sector, LIFE funds, it's also definitely for you. Single market, it's programs that are dedicated for early stage startups or small major enterprises that do not require to fill out like like complex EU funding application. It's dedicated for early stage startups that can be operated in different kind of sectors, and also you need to be very high like innovative. You need to have like a very good solutions for Europe. And Digital Europe, it's where artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and digital transformation are stand out. And the rest of the programs that I need to mention, but it's not dedicated directly to startups because they have a bit different mission, like I3, InvestEU, and Global Europe. For example, Global Europe, they invest into startups and the small medium enterprise who go beyond European Union. If we're talking about the InvestEU, they provide the tools for loans and equity over the grants. And if we're talking about the I3, it's more about interregional cooperation and market expansion support. So it's like much more for scaling solutions and so on. Yeah, I just would love to give like a few words to decentralized fund, for decentralized fund. Again, just to be sure, if you're working in a cross-border initiative, if you're working in a specific regions that you see on this slide, it may be best solutions for you. But again, probably you will ask me, okay, it's very complicated, to be a lead of this program, because usually this kind of grants require a group of partners participation. It's called consortium. I have a very good news for you. You don't need to lead application. You can be a part of this consortium. What I mean? I mean, like, you can offer a tech solution as a part of a larger fund project. You can be a part of consortium who will solve like a marketing or dissemination problems that like overall project is trying to solve and so on. But again, like about the consortium, about the co-financing, about how to build consortium and where you can find like partners for consortium, I will describe later today with more details. And I will just make sure that it's very easy to understand. Just like a comparable table, what is different between centralized fund and the trust fund. I already mentioned like a few times before, but I just leave it here for you. And right now, I would love to go to deeply for specific programs that are dedicated for early stage startups with not only with a strong innovative and R&D part, but also like a simple startups that operate in Europe. And I would love to start from Horizon Europe. You know, like Horizon Europe aims to strengthen European leadership in science and technology by founding groundbreaking innovation. Whether you're a small major enterprise, a university, or industrial partner, this program provides resources to drive to change. It fits for startups, it fits for research institution, and it also fits for industrial partners. The funding size for Horizon Europe, it's usually quite sensible. In average size per project is 2 million euros. Success rate is approximately 14%. And the duration of decision making of grants application, it takes like approximately 9 months from submission. And probably also saw like this very famous, I would say, Horizon Europe kind of pillars, like it's overall describe how the Horizon Europe is operating, in which sectors they are investing. For today, I will cover a specific sectors that are dedicated for Pillar 1, Pillar 2, and Pillar 3. Why? Because they have a specific program that dedicated for military and defense innovation, and also they have a specific program that dedicated for nuclear research and energy safety. But mostly it's not a story about the startup. It's mostly a story about the very good companies that operating for long years and they just integrated. And they just like integrated kind of.
We need to mute someone. Yeah. Please do it yourself if you can.
Yeah, for today I will stop like for main pillars dedicated for startups, but again, we also can do a like breakdown even here. For example, Pillar 1, it's perfect programs for individual researchers and PhD level projects. You know, I mean, like you can apply without startup, without team, just to hold, like if you hold like a PhD level or you are position yourself like as individual researchers, they have a group of programs that are dedicated for the design for you. If we're talking about the Pillar 2, it targets key industry such as health, digital transformation, climate innovation, sustainability, space, and so on and so on. And Pillar 3, it supports market-driving innovation and scale-ups. I mean, like it's specifically dedicated for early stage and any stage startups that bring kind of innovation and research solution in the market. Yep. And I will start from European Innovation Council, from Pillar 3. Right now I will describe Pillar 3, then I will switch to Pillar 2. Pillar 3, they have like a European Innovation Council. It's you know, like one of the most famous program for startups. Why? Because it's covering all stages of your startup. If you're working in high risk, high impact innovation, the EETS is one of the best funding opportunities available for you. EETS is a part of Horizon Europe and is designed to support deep tech startups and small major enterprise with a breakthrough innovation. What makes EETS unique? It's a combination of grants and equity investments, helping startups not just develop new technology, but also scale them into the market. And the EETS offers 3 main funding programs. It's called EETS Pathfinder. You can see on the left side of the slide. its transition and its accelerated. And recently, if I'm not mistaken, like at the beginning of this year, they have launched its step. It's dedicated for scale-up solutions that are looking for primarily for equity investments, not for grants. So if you're early stage research, they have like a kind of breakthrough ideas. If you're looking for a grant for up to 3 million, it could be like up to 4 million with specific conditions, but still, you can apply for its Pathfinder. If you have a solution that focusing on validating technology and you try to prepare yourself to market entry, you already have a proof of concept and market readiness, kind of, the its transition is best for you. And if we're talking about the most friendly program for startups, I will explain why. But you already have like kind of MVP, like a product, and you're looking for capitalizations, you're looking for scaling and market entry. Its accelerator is the best option for you. Also, it's apart from the grants opportunities, they provide additional services as consulting, mentoring, training, and experts. They have also group of venture funds inside that do like a follow-up investments or like in parallel with the grant. But in order to be sure, like which call or which direction of it fits for you, it will be best if you go to the website of the European Innovation Council. It's very easy to understand. You can download Annex and you will find this table. Right now, I'll explain what's going on here. Look, in its Pathfinder, like overall, like it has like specific challenges that they try to solve. Like for its Pathfinder, they have these kind of challenges. For its accelerators, these kind of challenges. And so, by the way, it's a good program for artificial intelligence startups because recently they have launched a direction that's called Gen AI for you. It's like challenges dedicated for startups about probably like solutions that relates to the future of work or solutions that relates to human-centric innovations and so on. But again, you can apply to its challenges. If your startup is aligned with the challenges, the success rate is much more higher. Yeah, if you for example, if you apply to its open. So like my main point, you don't need to be aligned with these challenges, but if you align, that's great. If you're not aligned, you still can apply, but you can apply by its open. If you're applying by call of its Pathfinder, probably will need to find a group of partners. It's called consortium. But if we're talking about the its accelerator, you can apply by your startup, single startups or small medium enterprise, without gathering like group of partners. Just to be sure that I'm clear what kind of solutions they are investing, I put here like a table, examples of securing funding before, and just like let me read like briefly what kind of solutions have been supported recently. Brain Hero from Austria, AI-powered neurotherapy for at-home treatment. Deep Opinion from Austria, AI driving cognitive automation. And maybe not from AI something. Okay, we have like some startups from Finland, space debris removal technology, some related to space and so on. So I just put like here a link. After the webinar, you'll have a chance to access to the full list of recently secured funding from YES.
Sonia, we have a question in the chat about
yeah.
But it's probably not about, okay, yes. So Thomas is asking, what are the current odds % of receiving the IIC accelerator? Some time ago, it was super low. So what is going on now?
This is a good question, by the way. I don't have like figures right now in my hand, but due to the fact that maybe for 2025, because every year they change like challenges and they change a bit like eligibility of startups and what kind of startups they're looking for. Due to the fact that from this year, they have launched a new direction of, for example, each step that are dedicated only for equity investments. Probably the percentage of success, it has been changed, but I'm not sure I can answer right now for this question. Maybe it makes sense to Google it, but from my experience, I would say that it's best one of the best grant program for startups that exist on the market. Therefore, it's much more higher percentage of success story compared to others. And yeah, just
in the average,
just to be sure that
also people asking.
Sorry.
And people are also asking, what is the average investment amount for IIC Accelerator?
In average, if we're talking about the grants, it's 2.5 million. But if we're talking about the equity investments, it's up to 15 millions could be. But as again, yes, like I put it here, like in the range from 50K, 500K to 15 million of equity investment. All right. And probably you will ask me, okay. I'm not about the deep tech. I don't have kind of deep research breakthrough solutions in the market, but I have a very good startup that kind of scalable. It's a story about commercialization. It's a story about the cooperation with different kind of stakeholders on the market. I have a very good news for you, because it's where European Institute of Innovation Technology stand out. And by the way, I know like a few people from EIT are right now on the call, so maybe it makes sense to put in the chat just to support me and to answer to audience questions if they are. So unlike EIT, which focuses on disruptive startups, EIT helps innovators build ecosystem. What does it mean? It means that EIT fosters economic and social impact in Europe by founding sector-specific projects that support startups, small and medium enterprise, and innovators. And if we're talking about the what kind of sectors, you can see on the slide. From EIT climate, EIT digital, EIT food, EIT raw materials, EIT energy, EIT health, EIT manufacturing, and EIT urban mobility. And what's the main difference between EIT and EIT? EIT is ideal for startups looking for collaborative with university, corporates, researchers, and sector-specific innovation. Why? Because they already have innovation community inside that consists of companies, research centers, and universities. And when you're applying to EIT program, probably you will need already to cooperate with specific universities, research centers, and small medium enterprise. Some programs are required, some programs not. It depends on the call, but just to be sure that it's aligned with your goal. It's aligned with your goal is that yes, my solution need support from university to do some researches. Yes, my solution need support from research centers and so on. So it definitely program will be for you. And what if we're talking about the average grant size in EIT, I would say that usually I saw the programs that dedicated for researchers, it was grant size of 10K. But if we're talking about the scale-up startups, it could be much more higher. And also they provide equity funding, but not directly. They also use their community because they have a very strong community of investors and venture funds who will be willing to do a follow-up investment. I just put here again a comparable table of EIT Accelerator and European Institute of Innovation Technology to understand what solution, what kind of program is best for you. Okay, if there are no questions, I will go to pillar 2. It's dedicated to global challenges, European industrial competitiveness, and yeah. If there are some questions about Pillar 2, Pillar 3, sorry.
So people ask, what traction metric do you need to present to qualify for grants, and how long is the process to receive them? But I guess it's just a generic question, not exactly about IIT, so maybe we can leave it for the end of this.
Yeah, just to be sure, guys, like in a few slides later, I will describe how to build a consortium, what is eligibility, like general eligibility for startups to participate in grants program, and how to bring a co-financing investments, where to find like a co-finance investment, because few grants requires co-financing, and also step by step, like how the evaluation is going on, like from grants perspective of you. But before getting, I would love to describe like one of the most like important pillar of Horizon Europe. Why? Because it's dedicated for specific sector of startups, as I told you, like health, culture, mobility, agriculture, environment, and so on. But I have a bit not very good news for you. Why? Because Pillar 2 usually require a kind of eligibility in order to participate. For example, if you apply to Pillar 2, majority of the grants will require a consortium of minimum 3 independent legal entity from 3 different European member states or associated countries. You need to involve to your project not only yourself, but also academic and public institutions or research centers. You don't need to involve all stakeholders. You just like to be sure that your application is aligned with the goal of the grant. And also kind of co-financing is also requiring, it could be like in-kind contribution, or it could be like co-financing, like monetary contribution to the grant. All right. And also it's very important things what probably you will ask me to which specific grants call of Pillar 2 it makes sense to apply, like being a startup. I have an answer for you. If you apply like for direction of research and innovation actions, they're dedicated for early stage research, dedicated for feasibility studies and prototype building, you will be able to get a grant of 70% covering. If you're not profit organization, you will be able to have like 100% of funding. We have also innovation actions. It's more dedicated for large-scale product validation and to commercializations and to make some pilots on the market and so on. Also, grant cover not full; they cover only 70% of full budget of budget. And here I will not stop like deeply in each sector, because you will have a chance to go through by yourself just to be sure what kind of solutions are supported right now. If you're talking about the cluster 1, it's dedicated only for health tech solution. It could be medical devices, could be artificial intelligence in healthcare, medical data, patient-centered care, robotic solutions in health sector, and so on. There are also a cluster for digital industry and space, where also artificial intelligence is involved. It's more story about the next generation internet, computer science, clean and low emission. Cluster 5, it's about climate, energy, and mobility solution. Cluster 6, it's about food, bioeconomy, and agriculture solutions, circular systems, and so on. And here, like a small insight from me, for 2025, the call for cluster for all clusters for Pillar 2 is not announced yet. It's still like under design, and work plan will be announced only like in 1 month. Therefore, it makes sense probably to do a kind of discovering of what kind of calls exist in these directions only in close like in April or in next month. But you also can, like I put the link here, you can go to the link after the workshop and check what kind of solutions has been supported before and what kind of calls has been like was announced previously, like for example in 2024, just to be sure what kind of solutions they are supporting. And here just like an example of the project that had been supported by Pillar 2. As you see, like, yes, they require like a members of partnership called consortiums that solve like one problem that aligns with the grant goal. All right. Right now, I'm going to the most accessible, the most easiest grants for startup. We have a single market program. Just to be sure, SMP, single market program, they do not fund startups directly. Instead, they have channels funds through programs like Eurocluster. For example, Eurocluster, they provide directly financial support to startups in different sectors: manufacturing, digital, tourism, e-commerce, fintech, and so on. Also, they have like a direction of Enterprise European Networking. It helps startups access funding, networking, and business advice. And also, a single market program also has directions of Erasmus for young entrepreneurs. It's usually dedicated for exchange of entrepreneurs across Europe. But right now, I will stop in Euroclusters program and also to the programs that called cascading funding for startups. Why? Because you don't need to apply for complex EU grants. You can just apply your application the same as acceleration program you're applying. Success rate, of course, it's much more higher because you have like a less chance to be not eligible. And apart from the grants opportunity, you also get like access to the workshop, the training. It's basically like acceleration program with not dilutive funding, with equity-free funding. As a great example of this program will be Female Tech, Women Tech, Women Tech EU, that by the way, the application is still open. You can apply till 7th of March. And this is program dedicated only for female tech, for women who like that kind of social impactful challenges startup. And the startup also need to have like kind of cutting edge technology or kind of science direction. And also the main eligibility here is that women should hold at least 25% of shares in startup. 25% at least. Also, you limited in funding received before, like up to 1 million in equity. Of course, like your startup should be not older than 8 years, and you are part of European Union, and you're based in European Union. Your entity is based in your European member states or Horizon Europe or associated country. And yes, once again, this application is open. So if you are a female founder, feel free to apply. And basically, they already probably this is like last batch because previously in previous years they had like a 2 and I call number 3. Okay, maybe in the future they will have 1 more. I'm not sure. All right. And okay, but we're not talking about the females today. We're also talking about the other direction of startups. And if you're also looking for programs and grants opportunities that are dedicated for startups, and you're looking for not like much higher like check, it's up to 500K. there's like a specific website where you can go, and there's like a list of calls where you can apply right now. The majority of them are still open, and highly recommended to try yourself, just to be sure that you align with the technology and domains that they are looking for. I just forgot to put here like the name of the website, but in any case, using this link, you will be able to go. But it's, if you Google like Cascade Funding, or you will find like this website with this beautiful logo, and there will be a list of all funds calls. Sorry. All right. Again, like comparable table between, what is the difference again between Cascade Funding, Yeet, and Yeats? If you're startup looking for a faster, smaller equity for grants, apply for Cascade Funding via Eurocluster or like this website that I forgot to put the name, but it's called Splora. And if you're a sector like health, energy, manufacturing, and you want industry collaboration, apply for Yeet. And if you just like a deep tech startups needing a big grants with equity investments, apply.
Come on.
Can you please?
Okay.
Okay, I'm muting whoever speaks. Okay, please continue.
Yeah. Again, yeah, if you're deep tech startups and need a big grants with equity funding, apply for Yeet's accelerator. All right, before getting to the next topic, it relates to artificial intelligence and cybersecurity startups. So maybe you have a question right now, and maybe it makes sense to answer live.
I actually want to highlight that just before our meeting, our like workshop, I saw the announcement that European Commission actually announced 200 billion AI, whatever they call that thing. So we should stop making jokes about this, battles in the European Union. I guess we will
Yeah. Yes, exactly. We will probably right now we will stop making a joke about this meme. And also like at the beginning of this year, I saw the like a document of EU regulation dedicated to European grants and investments. They did like a small, not like a small challenges, but they still like did like challenges. It relates to support of IE solutions from European Commission. And right now, probably like as we see like a few days ago, or even like few hours ago, we see like output from this regulation. I'm not sure about what kind of grants will be exist right now. I didn't have a chance to make a research, but definitely I will publish like on the LinkedIn, maybe something new for IE startups and so on. But still, let's discover what's going on. Yes, by the way, this is a screen from LinkedIn. If we have Andres Horn, thank you for announcing this, because it's really great news from European Union. And let's see what brings to us. But still, okay, Digital Europe is the last direction of centralized European Commissions that I would love to cover today. Then I will switch to national fundings, but it's very important topic to you to understand what kind of grants exist and opportunity exist for IE technology. Unlike Horizon Europe, which focuses on research and innovation, Digital Europe is designed to scale and deploy digital technologies in areas such as artificial intelligence, cloud computing, cybersecurity, data spaces, digital skills, and even in a blockchain solution. And Digital Europe offers different funding mechanisms tailored to specific needs. from R&D and prototyping to market expansion and collaboration. When you will take a look of list of calls that exist like in Digital Europe, you will see this is like this kind of names like simple grants, action to support, grants of subcontracting, and so on. Just to be sure and clear, what does it mean? Simple grants, they provide 50% co-financing, meaning companies must invest their own funds along the grants. But it's like best for R&D, for prototyping, for pilot projects, and so on. If we're talking about the actions to support, they cover 75% of the grant. They help businesses develop digital capabilities, train employees, and expand into new market. Again, they can spend, like, give you a grant in order to improve your employees' workflow and kind of business development, digital capabilities, and so on. And if we're talking about the grants for subcontracting, it's covered 50%. What does it mean? You can hire external tech providers that acquiring IE tools or implementing cybersecurity solutions. It also requires co-financing of 50%. And of course, if we're talking about the grants that cover 100%, it's dedicated for EU policy makers and also to connect key players for partnership building. Yeah. And we'll go to specific kind of direction that exists in Digital Europe. I will not go deeply. You can see by yourself what kind of solutions are supported and what kind of funding mechanism that we describe right now is dedicated for each technology. Yeah, just like a few words from my side. Like Digital Europe presents and high impact funding opportunities that helps company, again, expand into new markets, enhance their digital capabilities, and strengthen their position in European tech ecosystem. All right, and now we move into national funding from Poland, Germany, Cyprus, and UK. It's where, like, I personally were engaged recently as a person where I like worked, and also like a person where I've been evaluating few startups in board of commission, and also my success stories on this market. Poland.
Maybe Sonia,
yeah.
to keep people till the end, we should mention that in the end you will cover actually like the tips for application process, right?
Yes, of course. I will cover the tips of applications and tools which you have to use in order to find like proper grant and proper consortium, and where to find the partners and so on. Yeah, if you're talking about the Poland, they have a very famous grant program that's called Poland Booster. Recently, it's called Poland Prize. It's a grant/accelerator program that's dedicated for non-Polish founders and also for Polish founders. And you can apply here having a startup from TRL3 plus. TRL3, it's again, it's more about like prototype stage. You can get 90K grant, 100% covering. Also, if you're not part of European Union, you can ask for visa assistance or for accounting and legal support. Apart from the grants, they also provide you a list. They also provide like a strong ecosystem support. What does it mean? Each grant that exists under Poland Booster direction, they have approximately right now 10 open applications. They used to have 17, but right now it's approximately 10 till the end of 2026. They provide also access to the local players, to the partners who will be able to pilot your project, who will be able to implement your project, and even they have a very strong access to venture funds. So they the main mission of Poland Booster is to attract as best minds abroad, bring them to Poland, and help them establish their businesses with like support of all stakeholders that exist in a grant program. Again, application open. You can go to the website that is called Poland Booster part, and you will see like all calls that exist right now and open. The bad news that I'm not sure that they allow if they're like English version, but you can use a translator. And for me, it's also quite interesting why, like they try to attract like startups abroad, but the website is still in Polish language. All right. If we move into UK is one of the Europe leading startup hubs, offering a variety of governments backed in regional grants to support innovation growth and job creation. These grants provide non-dilutive funding and allowing to startups to scale without giving up equity. One of the most famous one is government-funded grants, innovative UK smart grants. They provide grants up to 2 million, and they have like a list of calls. So you can go to Gov.uk and find the different kind of opportunities for not only for private sector but also for non-profit, for public sectors, and for individuals and so on. If we're talking about the regional grants, of course, England, like if you come from southern part of England, you can have a chance to secure small grants that are dedicated to develop like this part of England. Just make sure that your business is operating within the UK, and you have like companies that are based in UK via applying, because it's like main restriction of national funding. They're looking for support like local domestic players, and they want to see that your solution is will operate like in the domestic market in the future. Germany. I spent like a lot of time. I used to live in Germany, and I had a chance to speak like personally with the representative of all of this program. And they have like, I would say from my perspective of view, much more higher opportunities, not only for startups, but also for researchers. If you're a student, if you're graduated if you're a researcher or a student, you can apply for Exist program. It's not like national program. But if you're a startup and you are looking for collaboration with venture capital and also public-private funds, you will need to check like high-tech Gründer funds that help startups secure funding like up to 3 million per company. The application is open. You can go and just to submit your pitch deck, fill out the very simple form, and they will go back to you, invite for the calls, and and discuss. And also, Germany is rich for regional grants. For example, if you're from Hamburg, they have like a program that called Inner Roadmap program. The grant size is up to 150K for startups, typically for 18 months, and they have specific industries that they're looking for. And the main requirements here, your startup must have been headquartered in Hamburg, or you have a plan to be headquartered in Hamburg. And if we move into Berlin, this is one of the most famous programs called Avant now. They have like a two direction. One direction for climate, for impact, and for impact startups. and second direction for female tech, for women tech. And yes, they provide 105K equity free funding, mentorship, training. The main requirements is to be based in Berlin or willing to relocate to Berlin. And of course, while you're applying, you already have to have a prototype at least. Cyprus is a very unique market because it's not part of Schengen zone, but for 2025 they're gonna be part of Schengen zone. But in any case, Cyprus is a reach of grants that focuses on research and innovation, R&D, research and development. They will be willing to support a startup that already have a company in Cyprus, and they will be willing to provide you up to 105 million euro, but it's like approximate figure. They have list of calls that you can go on this website. It's called Research Innovation Foundation RIF. They will have a list of calls and budget and small introduction of what this call is about, and you can apply being a startup. But if you're a regional player, you try to do something good for economic for Cyprus overall. It's more about national grants scheme dedicated for local players. I have a few stories from success stories from Research Innovation Foundation. It's Belarusian roots startups who had a chance to secure the funding from RIF, and the main eligibility and the main requirements were to provide not only innovative and disruptive solution, but also to provide a kind of evidence that your startup will be supported by venture funds in the future. And at the beginning of application, we were required to provide a letter of intent from venture funds that this will be supported after the grant secured and so on. Whew. Yeah, and right now it's kind of the most important topics that I would love to touch today. It's about the common misconceptions and who qualifies for the grant overall. Right. Yeah, first of all, to access to European grants, companies must be registered in European Union state or in associated country. Innovation and market potential are key. Funding bodies want to see projects that can make an impact. Usually, you will be able to secure grants not on an idea stage. You will need already have something from TRL3 plus. It's kind of prototype stage. And yes, as we discovered today, most of their grants are required consortium apart from YEED and Cascade funding. And some of the grants are required co-financing requirements to be eligible. So if you have a prototype, if you have a strong R&D background, but it's not kind of crucial as we understood previously. If you're not in idea stage and you have kind of technical validation, you're looking for grant not for marketing and not for selling. You're looking for to improve your technology and understanding how your solution will be scalable in the European Union. The grant definitely for you. Probably you will ask me, okay, what about the misconceptions? I heard a lot that somebody told me that grants, it's dedicated only for big companies and corporates and so on. No, grants is exactly for small medium enterprise and for startups and in deep tech innovators that are in a priority. Somebody told me that you need to be EU citizen. Not true. The company itself must be registered in EU, but founders don't need to be like EU nationals. EU grants are free money. Actually, yes, but most of the grants, they are requiring co-financing. You also need to be very strict with your milestones and with your KPIs that you are reporting. Why? Because majority of the grants, they do not provide like all funding like right away. They just like split it by by parts, and depends of if you are reached your milestones KPIs that you have created by yourself, they will transfer like the next part of money to you. And yeah, and about the things that, you know, like the main thing that a great idea is not enough to win. The truth is you have to have like a solid commercialization plan, impact metrics, like impact metrics, and also kind of technology validation solutions. It will be really hard, and honestly, I didn't find like any grants that support startups that looking for marketing or like, you know, cost or for sales. No. It's more about, again, about the development of your solution technology part. Yeah, like and the most important things that I would love to describe you about how to craft your winning proposal, how to stand out in the competitive application, and it's divided by 4 parts, like preparation, elaboration, draft, and management. And right now I will talk you like and describe all these steps from the evaluator perspective of view, not from the startup itself, but how we like, you know, evaluate all solutions from our perspective of view. Yeah, just preparation. Before jumping into writing, the first and the most critical step is to understand which grant is right for you, for your startup. Your funding programs have a specific eligible criteria, and applying to the wrong one is a waste of time and resources. Every grant has its own focus, whether it's innovation, whether it's digital transformation, sustainability, sector, scaling, or like support existing solution. Your project needs to align both technically and strategically with the grant's objectives. Some grants require like a minimal readiness level, 3L, meaning that your idea must already be developed to a certain stage before applying. Others, like Horizon Europe, require a consortium, partnership, and co-financing. Again, all these requirements, whether your startup is aligned with the goal and objective of the grants, you can find right away on the call, on the annex, on the first stage of the annex. Every time they just like, our objective is. So you need just to understand if your idea is suitable for this objective and so on. All right. Whew. Role, consortium, and co-financing. Look, if you're applying as part of consortium, there are 2 primary roles to consider. You can be a coordinator, and also you can be a partner. The coordinator is a lead organization responsible for managing the entire grant, distributing funds to partners, and ensuring that project is executed as a plan. The role requires like if you want to be a coordinator, you already need to have like a significant experience before, financial stability, and strong project management skills. On the other hand, join as a partner could be like a great way to participate in new funding project without carrying like the full administration burden. Partners, partners contribute expertise and resources to specific tasks with a project, whether you're leading or supporting, and the key is finding the right balance between capabilities and the grant requirements. Again, you can be part of you can take part of as a coordinator, but there are like more responsibilities. You already has like previous experience before, and very good financial stability, and you need to prove that you will be able to lead the group of partners that join your with your goal. Where to find the partners? How to build a consortium? Step one, you just need to understand, narrative. What is the mission of your project, and depends of your mission, and that is aligned with the goal of the grant. You need to understand what kind of partners you need, like whether it's universities, whether it's research centers, whether it's like small enterprise, or I don't know, like corporates. It also could be, and the question where you can find it. There are like a lot of tools, and one of the most famous is called database called Cordis, Cosme, and Life Program. Again, I put the link here. You can go. It's like very easy to find like a partner, and you also can publish your project, and waiting for for negotiations, collaborations, and so on. From my experience, like a lot of programs that we are applying, I would say like directly like from this call, they have a providing like matchmaking process, matchmaking like tools where we can go and exactly like and I can see like all partners that are interested in specific programs. So it's much more easier to find like a partners from specific call and so on. Call financing strategy. Yeah, as I told you, like it's very rare that grant will cover 100% of project cost. So you need to understand how to secure co-financing, and it's really crucial. This can be done through monetary contribution on the left side, and it also can be done from in-kind contribution, where partners provide resources like office spaces, technology, materials from laboratory, I know, like software that you're already using, employees, time and expertise, and so on. Some grants, they allow you to cover co-financing by in-kind contribution, but some grants, they can tell you, no, we need only like monetary contribution. And monetary contribution, you can request like from third parties, like national, regional government grants, from sponsorship, from private investors, from existing investors that's right now on your board. And or if you have, for example, like a revenue, you also can show like a monetary contribution by using your revenue. Drafting. Drafting stage. So all partners who participate in European calls, I'm talking right now, guys, I'm talking about the bit complicated grants. I'm not talking about the cascade funding. I'm not talking about the YITS funding, and I'm not talking about the I'm talking about the high competitive grants, and I'm talking about the grants that usually will be willing to invest you like in average 2 million euro and so on. All partners need to identification peak numbers. It's very easy to receive. You don't need to just to you just need to register it in European Commission portal, and there will be very easy instruction how to do it. But just in case, I put instruction here, and there are like 2 links that you need to use in order to receive peak number. And peak number is just, to receive, you need to fill out the application form about your company, basic information, just to be sure that your company exists in the European Union. And this is the most important slide from grant evaluator perspective of view, because this is how we evaluate startups. This is how we evaluate your applications of 13, 15 pages, and we need to understand, like, this requirement, does it align with your solution? Does your proposal is work like according to this let's say scheme? A well-structured project is critical for successful grant application, and the slide introduces a logical framework approach. We start from like setting an overall objective that should be linked with the long-term impact that your project will aim to achieve, even after the grant's duration. Then we break down into specific objectives, which are measurable. I mean, like when you describe your objectives of the grant, it should be measurable. It should be like representative in the figures, in the numbers. And we need to understand that you contribute, that your objective, like overall, contribute to achieving grant goal. All activities and outputs must be clearly defined, along with a measurable indicators such as baseline data and targets. And the project means, including financial, human, technical resources, must also be well articulated and ensure smooth implementation. We need to understand, like, you understand your project, and it should be written down in very easy languages. Very easy languages that is supported by figures, but numbers, that is has like very good impactful part of your project. And your project is more not only about to secure a grant. Your project is more to use this grant in order to be competitive in European Union in the future. Yeah, just like a small, like part of the grant applications that we take attention is like objective, as I told you. It's methodology. It's how your innovation is, how your solution is innovative. Do you have like a does your solution is aligned with the challenges that exist right now in the market? Do you have like a specific target group, to which target groups you're focusing on? What kind of stakeholders will be involved in your application? And of course, like work plan. Work plan is basically the same as like work packages. And it's cover like three main activities. It's your project management, it's your communication strategy, and is your implementation strategy. Project management, we score like how you're gonna to manage your this grant. Communication is how you're gonna to protect your IP part, or how you're gonna to use like commercialization stage and so on. And the most important things is about the implementation. It's basically briefly understanding how you're gonna implement your solution, like step by step. Ooh, and budget categories. This is, like there are like a lot of, I would say, errors and mistakes is happening because you need to understand what kind of activities you can spend your grant. Apart from personal, like salaries for your staff and subcontractors that you can use like external sources, you can spend like for official administration, like you can rent for offices, utilities, admin costs. Also, you can spend for equipments like software, consumables, or software like tools. It could be like hardware, software for the project. Also, you can spend for traveling, for subsystems and project, like all related expenses that relate to project. And also there's like a main, like misconception about the about the income. Guys, grants are meant to cover project costs, not to generate revenue, not to generate profit. What does it mean? EU grants are provided strictly for project-related expenses. You cannot declare a profit from grant money. If your project activities generate a revenue or profit, that income must be reported and subtracted from the grant amount. And let's say, like, example, if your project receives like 1 million in EU funding, and during the implementation, your activity generating, let's say, 50K in additional income. That 50K must be reported to the EU, and the grant will be reduced accordingly, meaning that you will be able to claim only 950K. So we just like reduce the income that you have received during the grant duration, and just to be sure that you will not allow to receive like a full grant because you generate like a revenue, like using the grant's money. All right, and about the also like a kind of budget part is about the how you're going to receive money. Like, is it like advance payment or like it's kind of a reimbursement payment? It depends of the grants, and usually like most of majority of the grants, they provide like advance payment. It means that when you sign a contract, you will have like a 40% of the grant that you are applying. And when you achieved your milestone and KPIs that you have created on your application, and if it's achievable, you will receive like the rest part of the grant, like it's like 70% of some. But most like I mean, like I also met like a few grants that offer reimbursement. It means that if you only reached your KPI milestone, the grant will cover like a post factum cost that has been in your startup. But usually it's about advance payment, so you not to be worried that you will have like a gap of in a budget. And yeah, I'm almost like 2 slides left, and again, it's more about how the process is looking for. So from Europe, from evaluators, you have like a deadline, and when you apply for a grant, we first of all check like eligibility. We do like a eligibility control. Does your startup is fit for, like for all eligibilities? I mean, like if you have like EU registration, if you have like enough capacity of building of building like grants, if you, like I mean, like it's like a basic stuff that relates to eligibility. If you proceed with eligibility, you will go to evaluation. Evaluation is take like the majority of the time. It's approximately like 6 months, where we evaluate and compare your application to other other applications that apply to the grant. And after that, yeah, we just announce that yeah, we select your application, and we would love to discuss the grants agreement and so on. Very important part here, it's about the contract. Most of the startups, as I worked and I also heard that, okay, we will use this grant only for, let's say, like 10 months as required. After 10 months, we will finish the grant, and then we will probably close the company because we want to move out of European Union. I have a very bad news for you. You need to stay in European Union for at least like 3 and 7 years. And everything, like all this stuff will be signed out like in a grant agreement. So it's a long story. It's a long story. It's a long-term story, I would say. It's not about the things that you will use the grant to achieve your goal. No. The grant is using to achieve European Commission goal, and they would love to see that your solution will contribute to European development, or also after the grants finished. Grants finished. So just to be sure that it's kind of, you know, story about big opportunities, but you also have a lot of points that you need to take in mind when you're applying to the grant. Also here, like I put tools that you can use, even to find like partners, consortium building, find the calls and so on. And yeah, just like it's that all from my side. I put here like a link to my LinkedIn and to Telegram channel. And channel just put like every day how it is called for startups and for small medium enterprise and also for innovator builders. And as a present for audience, you will have an access to Notion, where you find the most relevant open calls for startups for deep tech solutions that divided by health tech. I put like separately like health tech solutions, also put separately like female tech grants, common European calls, and other European grants. They have like a few grants that collaborated with Google, where you can apply with, you have like artificial intelligence solutions and you can apply for Google program. And it's not about the cloud solution, it's about like really cash that Google will be willing to provide you if you have impactful startup. Yeah, and I think that's all from my side.
Thank you, Sonia. It was an extensive presentation indeed. And what I see is that we're running out of time. So we were thinking about like Q&A session. But since we, I guess, running out of time, what we can do, we can actually answer several questions in these 4 minutes that left. And maybe then after the event, when you will receive your follow-up emails with all the information, we will share with you the forum where you can ask your questions, and or you can just reach out to Sonia directly in LinkedIn, right? But maybe we can cover several most acute, interesting questions. So please make sure to share them in the chat. And yes, you will get this presentation because I will share presentation, link to the recording, link to all these, artifacts, and some promotion of Ultra VC, of course.
Yeah, it's very important because full of the presentations, they have like a links to the open calls, like the board of the calls that you can find like a specific calls for your sectors or technology. So it will be very useful.
So okay, I see some compliments about very good presentation, great session, but questions. Do we have some questions? Okay, any chances of grants for game development companies? Sonia.
Game developers, yes, they have. If you go to yeah, I will show you just a second where you can find. If you go to pillar 2 and if you go to creative industry, culture, creative, exclusive, culture and creative, they have calls dedicated for not for startups but also for small business enterprise in film industry, in game industry, and if you have like a studio, is understood, like not like a startup. So probably it's much more higher percentage that you will find like in this cluster of culture and creative. But yes, by answering your question, yes, we have like a calls for game dev.
I also know that there are grants available for kind of social games when you integrate some components like games for
yes
years at
yes
risk,
exactly,
this and that, so it can be a chance also. Okay. Do you have any tools, resources that help finding grants and evaluate the eligibility? Maybe.
So that help find the grants and evaluate them. We have tools that will help you to find the grants and calls, and it's like spread out across this presentation with like this kind of links. But answer to your question, do we have tools that help you evaluate your startup? Unfortunately, I don't think so. Maybe I didn't find, but from my perspective of view, no.
We had
By
actually
the way, it's
contributor Vladimir Bataev, who contributed with many comments. Maybe he knows. And if you're still here, please give a voice if this is something that you know about. Okay, so you see, no one knows. Maybe it's a good idea for startup. Okay.
Yes, by the way, I also think about this. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess on this note, I will have to finish this event. It was for an hour and a half. Normally we host events for just 1 hour, and still we have so many questions. So I guess it will require some follow-up emails. So definitely emails, I mean, events to go deeper in some topics. So keep an eye on what we're doing. Maybe we'll host something like this later this year. And yeah, let's stay in touch. And make sure to reach out to Sonia if you would love to get some help with,